I know. A video that's not centered around the Herbcrafter's tarot. I'm just as shocked as you guys are, but I could not pass up filming this. This is something I'm very excited for. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. If you're new here, welcome. Sorry, I feel like I don't welcome the new people, but welcome to or back to my channel. Today, I have a very exciting video. I am so excited to receive this. I have been eagerly awaiting this. This is Nellie's deck from Kelly from The Truth and Story. This is the deck that she's been working on for years. And I'm so excited. I finally have it in my hands. I did unbox it a little bit. I did one quick, very, very quick flip through of it myself, just to look at the cards, but I did nothing else. I barely opened the book. I didn't read a single thing. So let's jump into it. I'm going to set the deck aside. I will do a full walkthrough, like maybe a silent one or like talking through things of it in a minute, but let's just take a look. I didn't even read this, so I'm just gonna film everything and I'll edit things out if it gets too long for the reading and stuff like that. So this says, thank you for going on this journey with me to work with a deck whose purpose is to celebrate where cartomancy has its roots and to see the beauty of where the systems intersect and enhance each other. I set out to create my perfect deck, not the perfect deck, just my perfect deck. The one deck I could grab and have all the important parts. Playing cards were my first love. Bringing the power of numbers and suits, symbol-style reading is such a rich and powerful reflection of the layered way we understand the world. And tarot adds the symphony line of our larger stories with the major arcana. Nellie's story is really a second component to this that is not necessary to the usage of this deck, but I believe can enhance the meaning of the cards just as the cards provide framework for the story. The overarching story is one I have tried to write many times, but it was missing that framework and I think the time for myself to fully understand all of the parts. Everything in the story is primarily tied to lifelong recurring dreams, past life memories for me, with a dash of ancestral honoring, see the appendix, and a few experiences in journey space. The deck is a compilation of my love of divination, and the story is a story of selves. It is my hope that the one will aid you in your divination journey, and the other will encourage you to explore your own story even deeper. I would recommend that if elements of story are important to you, that you read through the journal pages first as a linear story, as there will be spoilers in skipping around or reading the letters out of order. If you are not interested in the linear story, the journal pages by themselves may still enhance the understanding of the cards they are connected to. There is a folded paper in the first page. If you don't want to see what Nellie looks like outside of your head, don't look at it. Oh, I'm so excited. Note, all of the letters can be found in the appendix in case they get lost along the way. Oh my gosh. Finally, this is a work created by one single all too human woman, no editorial team here, who has assuredly more enthusiasm than perfection. I love that. And a tendency to see what I expect to see no matter how many times I read things over. I think that's how we all are. Any errors are my own, though knowing Nellie as I do, her journal entries wouldn't be perfect either. I hope that you can see past them and enjoy the story. Much peace, Kelly. I think that, especially given that it is a journal type thing, errors are part of what makes it gives it the character. If it was perfect, it wouldn't lack anything, but it feels more personal with little errors. So I'm so excited. This is oh my God, I can't even speak. This is the Diary of Nellie McNally, preserved by Kelly. Oh my gosh. Okay, and this is gonna be Nellie. Okay, let's read this first. I hope that anyone who finds this journal comes to it and leaves from it with grace, from myself, but more importantly for yourself. We have all known great joys and we have all known great sorrows. And the way that we step back from and then step forward to engage with life is the very rhythm of being human. If for no one else, this is for my aunties and my grandmothers from across the ocean and the journey they have each taken to find a place in this world. We all want to find answers in a deck of cards or a bird flying across a blue sky. We all want to see loved ones in the waves of the ocean or glimpsed in the reflection of a mirror. Whether you believe what I have written here or not, my sincerity guarantees that this was my experience and it has forever changed me. Sincerely, Nellie. In honor of my aunties and grandmothers, including Nellie, and lives lived and lost, I offer you this truth that is more potent than facts and more powerful in story. This is for anyone who has seen loss, but also much beauty. This is for my son, who is the ocean, and my daughter, who is the sun. This is for the storytellers and the navigators. Keep telling your story, Kelly Fitzgerald. Oh my goodness, you guys. I am so excited. Okay, let's see Nellie. If you don't want to see, look away. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh my gosh, okay. When we look at the stars, we are really seeing lights from 1,000 times in places. When we look in the mirror, the light in our eyes also comes from experience gained from 1,000 times in places. We are all the stuff of fairy tales. We are each a constellation of stars. Oh my gosh. You guys, I am so excited. I have been following this deck and Nellie's journey and Kelly's journey with bringing Nellie to life since I think the beginning, or since when she really started talking about it. So this is such an exciting thing to actually hold everything in my hands. I am definitely going to read this as a book like she suggested. But they're a little, so I flipped through really quickly and saw that there was stuff in the pages and immediately shut the book and said, okay, I need to just do this on camera because look. Okay, I don't see any right now, but there's like stuff in the pages. Hang on, where is any? Oh, did you see that? Look, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. More pictures, I'm so excited. This is so much fun. I feel like a little kid. So I'm definitely going to read this entire thing like it's a book. And I just can't wait. So maybe we'll do a reading and just read this part because I think that the letter is like a special. I think the letter is the story, really. But I am so excited. I just love, this is so special. And look, there's a feather too. Like all of this is so special. And the amount of time that this must have taken to do all this, like, oh my gosh. I'm just so impressed already and I'm so excited. So that is the book for now. Let's just dive into the cards. I am in love with this bag. It's like an antiqued looking bag. It's just beautiful. And there was a special little something inside of it before. This beautiful sea glass came with it. And it's so special because I actually made a bracelet with my best friends and a little bit of sea glasses on there. So this is really exciting that it was a little present to come with it. So let's dive into the cards. So Kelly has talked about this. She has reordered the way that the Lenormand are. I don't think they are the same as the ones that you would see on like regular. I think that she says that they connect with the German playing cards and that's the associations, but she made them to fit her own associations, just the playing card association with the Lenormand part. So let's dive in. I didn't change any of the orders. This is all the order that this deck came in, so you can see. And we have a visitor taking up a little bit of the light, but I'm going to pull you in a little bit closer. And let's start flipping through. Oh my God. Let's start flipping through in 1 minute. She just has to get her fill in, you guys. If she doesn't sniff the deck, did I even bring it into the house? I don't think so. All right, let's get into it. So this deck is linen. I don't know if you can see it right there. This is linen finish deck. And I think that it's bridge sized, I think she said. But I'm so excited. So this is what the backs look like. Hang on. This is the backs. They're like a plaid. And they look kind of old. Like, I think that the original of this unaged this would be kind of white, and so it's aged and used. And the cool thing is, I don't know if you can, you can see it on camera. The background colors, the aging is different for the cards. So it's not every single card is aged the same, and they have different colored backgrounds, which I really like. But let's get into it. I'm just gonna flip through pretty quickly, I think, and then I want to do a reading with it. And this is definitely going to be a deck that I'm going to use in tandem with the Herbcrafters, because the Herbcrafters is my heart and soul, but I couldn't not get this deck. So it's definitely going to be useful. It's going to be used. Also, this is not, I don't really do deck walkthroughs on my channel, so this is not something that's going to become a norm. This is just something that I was so excited about that I couldn't hold back, and I can't not share it with all of you. So let's dive in. Let's get into it. I've been talking for way too long. So this is the Ace of Clubs and also the Ace of Wands. And I think that what I would do is I don't shuffle in reversals, but I think that for this deck I would. And when it comes up like this, it's the tarot meaning, and when it comes up like this, it's the playing card meaning. I haven't decided. I haven't read the book, so I don't really know how I'm going to use this just yet. But this is the ace, and it's the significant. So it's not the significator, it's the other person. And this would be like the man and woman cards in Lenormand. Then we have the ace of coins or diamonds, and it's clover. And I love this image because I like seeing clover like this. Clover, when it's just like the green part, is fine, but I learned Lenormand using this. It was like purple or red clover, and I really like having that on there. Then we have querent for the ace of cups or hearts. And this is an oracle part. So Kelly also added oracle and different cards into the deck. So this isn't part of the Lenormand. This is an oracle card specifically for this deck, and it's barometer. And I think this says change. This says it's stormy, rain, change. What does this say? Fair and dry. So I really like that. And I love that it's pointing to, here, let me just hold it up. It's pointing to change, and I'm pretty sure that's stormy. Then we have foghorn. And all of these images, I'm pretty sure, especially this one, is like images that would be around in Nellie's time. And I think Nellie's time is in the 1800s, so it's not modern things. This is the Lenormand Tower. There's also a tarot tower that will come up later. And I'm pretty sure that this is Kelly's dog, Isabel. So cute. Then we have the whip, the fox, bouquet, child. This is another oracle card, and it's storm, and I love this imagery. I really, really like this. Tree. This is a Lenormand. This is another Lenormand. I love this anchor. And do you see the difference between the card backgrounds? So cool. So we have anchor, house, and this is kind of the lighthouse. This is probably the house that Nellie is living in. Mountain. Book, and this is the same, this image is like the same as our journal book that we get. Fish. Garden. All of these ones are Lenormand ones. Mice. Rider. I really love this card. I like the imagery for this rider. Letter. So this is one that stopped me when I looked at it. When I just did my quick flip through, it's Mirror, and this is another oracle card. I love this one. I really like the messages that I can get from this. It's like looking at your reflection, and also maybe like the skewed way that we view ourselves. Like, is the reflection that we see the actual reflection that we're getting, or is it not what it seems like it is? Birds. This one's another Lenormand. I really like this. Clouds. This is the Lenormand moon. There's also a tarot moon, of course, and I really like this, that it shows kind of the changing of the seasons and stuff. I'm not very familiar with Lenormand. I kind of mix Lenormand, like I mix tarot meanings into Lenormand sometimes. So I'm hoping that this book will actually help me learn a little bit more of the actual Lenormand meanings, because I know that Kelly is really knowledgeable in the different types of cartomancy. So having a book written by her with meanings for different things is going to be just such a valuable resource for me in the future. This is another Lenormand card. This is the Stars card for Lenormand, and I just think that this is beautiful. I love that. Crossroad. This is actually, Crossroad is one of my favorite Lenormand cards, and I just feel like I like that it just feels like an open one for me. Lily. This is another Lenormand. This is an oracle card. This is Compass, and I just think that this is beautiful also. I really like that. Heart. This is Lenormand. Cross. I'm pretty sure the cross is the last card in Lenormand. Obviously, this isn't in order for Lenormand, so it's not going to be the last card that we see Lenormand-wise. Ship. This is another Lenormand. Stork is another one. I really like this. That's beautiful. The Sun. This is Lenormand Sun. This is not Tarot Sun. And I also really like, she does things to differentiate between them. So let me actually pull them aside. I'm going to pull out the stars, the moon. I'll also pull out the tower so that you can kind of see the differences between them all. Because I'm going to shuffle this deck anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's not ordered. Snake. This is Lenormand. I really like this snake, actually. Bear. Key. I love this key. Skeleton keys are some of my favorite things. I just think that they're beautiful, and they really bring you back to a time. Ring. I also love seeing 2 rings in my Lenormand cards. I just think that that's pretty. Coffin. This is a oracle card, and this is Match, and I like this one because there are lots of meanings you can get from certain things. Seeds. These look like sunflower seeds, and they are a delicious snack, but they can also be for birds. This is an oracle card too. Cake is another oracle card, and I love this cake. It looks delicious. I like that there are sometimes, so you can see it better on the camera. I haven't been looking in the viewfinder at all, but you can see kind of like a little bit of white added, or it's lighter in some parts than in others on the card. So you can get a little bit more depth without having it be actually colorful or colored. I love the directions being added to these. This is another oracle part, and this is a direction. This is east, and I cannot wait to kind of get what they mean and maybe why they were chosen for this specific card. This is the Page of Swords, and East is for that. Then we have Rapiers, and this is also a oracle card. Scythe is Lenormand. Handclasp, this is another oracle one, and this is one that called to me also. This one called my attention because I'm so curious to kind of see what this means. Is it just like a handshake? Is it like kind of sealing contracts maybe? Who knows? I'm excited to learn about that one. Then we have South. And let me see. Each direction, let me pull these out too because those are so interesting to me. Each direction has a little different weather vane on top. Is that what they're called? I think so. I'm going to keep those out. Bandage. This is another oracle. I love this meadow. Is beautiful. And it's so fitting for the Queen of Coins. And teacup being for Queen of Cups is perfect. West is a mermaid. And then we have Lighthouse. This is another oracle. Farm is another oracle. Roots. I love this one. And North. Then we get into the major arcana. And we have the Fool. The Magician. The Priestess instead of the High Priestess. And I love that our imagery is a cave, because it's that unknown and wonderment and the secrets that are hidden in there. Empress. Of course, it's a little garden box and stuff like that. Perfect. The Emperor, and this is kind of a tool shed. So he's building, creating. The Teacher in replacement of the Hierophant. I really like this. And of course, it's books. I love that. The Lovers. I think that Kelly said that this is a silhouette of her daughter and her son-in-law on their wedding day. The Chariot is, of course, a carriage because this is what would be used to get around in Nellie's time. Justice. I'm pretty sure this is a scale to weigh fish that you caught. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think. The Hermit. And so I just realized Justice is 8 and Strength is 11 then. The Hermit is a lamp. I really like this because, of course. The Wheel is actually the light for the lighthouse, which is pretty cool. Strength is a knot, and Strength is 11. So if that is something that bothers you, maybe just be aware. The Hanged instead of the Hanged One or the Hanged Man. I like that. And it's a tree kind of hanging on the edge. Death is... This is an underwater scene, and it ties back into Thoth death, because death is dancing at the bottom of the ocean. I'm pretty sure it's like Cancer or something like that in Thoth. The Alchemist instead of Temperance, and I love this. This, I don't know if anyone else will feel like this, but this totally reminds me of, I think it's Tui and Law from Avatar: The Last Airbender. The Monster instead of the Devil, and there's a hand and a silhouette or a kind of blurred image in the mirror, and that's kind of creepy, but also really cool. The Tower, and this is the Tarot Tower. We'll set that aside so you can look. The Star, this is the Tarot Star. The Tarot Moon. I really like this one too. And the Tarot Sun is so interesting. This reminds me of a house that I see on a lake near me. There is some kind of art like this. Judgment is a doorway. And then we have the World. So let's look at, we're going to look at a couple things. Let's compare these cards. Oh, I forgot to get the sun out. Okay, hang on one second. Let me find the sun one more time. Okay, so we have the Lenormand sun, moon, stars on top. And then we have the tarot, star, moon, sun, and, well, both of the towers also on the bottom. It's interesting, too, that the tower's the same in both of these cards. It's the same tower, it's just different things are happening to it. So this tower is that calm kind of fortress. It's that protection. It's the place that you kind of get the best view and vantage point from. And this is the tower in that crazy, chaotic storm. It's the storms that you aren't expecting, that come out of nowhere for you. And the way that she differentiates between the stars and like the celestial parts of the Lenormand and tarot is really interesting, because these feel more artsy and kind of abstract. Like the star looks really abstract, and so does the sun. And these ones feel like, the Lenormand ones feel like they are part of the world. This is the changing of the times. And I view Lenormand as being more grounded in regular everyday life, and tarot as being that kind of abstract, more thought, psychology, type of thing, where Lenormand is, I need a straightforward answer and I'm getting one from these cards. That's kind of how I feel. So these are very interesting. And if you can see, there's keys for all of the major arcana because they are their own suit. They don't have a suit associated with them like a playing card suit, because obviously they're getting added onto it. So that is very cool. Okay, let's take a look at I kind of want to take a look at the meanings for these. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the whole suit of swords is the directions, and it's east, south, west, and north. That's how the order goes. Obviously, I put it in the wrong order, but it's fine. It's so interesting. So I kind of want to take a look at the book and what it says for these cards, or at least one of them. I wonder if there's not a table of contents, is there? I don't think so. No, there's not. So we will just have to look. Okay. This is the first one that I come to, and we're just reading this. I'm not going to read this letter because I don't want spoilers for the whole book. So let's just read for the king. And for each book, or for each card, you get a full color image of the card, along with a letter, notes from Nellie, and meanings. So these are meanings from probably Kelly's own stuff. So Nellie's notes are on this card, on the King of Swords, or the King of Spades. Father doesn't use significator cards because he doesn't read the cards like my mom and auntie, but I think he would use the King of Spades if he did. He says he became a keeper because he was intrigued by the mechanisms and jealous of the time to just sit and reflect all night. He could engage his love of how things work in tackling problems with reading and reflecting and pondering the universe while watching the sky and the ocean all night long. This is the meanings. Playing card, the symbol I think is what it's going to be, but let's read all of it. For the playing card meaning, it's with the King of Spades, we have a stabilizing effect on the challenges that are all around us. Power combined with wisdom creates a strong position to approach the challenges and difficulties of the suit of spades. The symbol. The last of the directions is the epilogue in the story. The energy of the situation is completed in the west to northwest, and now it is time to reflect on what happened. We learn from the experience and use this knowledge as we turn to the next story. And then I'll just read the tarot meaning too because we're here. The King of Swords is not overwhelmed by the mind, but uses their intellect, knowledge, clarity, and communication skills to best bring about stability to the world. This is a time to work from the place of the stable ruling mind. Okay. So that is interesting. So that's kind of a little bit of a taste of what you would get from the book and it's nice to see. So it seems like there's kind of a story that goes along with the directions. Like this is the beginning of your thing, and this is kind of getting started or like really getting into it, and then like kind of finalizing things. So let's shuffle these. This is my first time. I haven't shuffled this deck because I've been waiting. It feels a little stiff, but it's definitely one of those ones that I think will break in over time. And it already shuffles really nicely because it's linen. Oh, it smells good. Oh, my shuffling isn't that great sometimes. We will pull, let's pull 3 cards and see how that reads. And then I want to pull 1 card and kind of use it as a prompt for what I can do with the Herbcrafters. Maybe I won't pull a card for that one. I'll just read the first story in the book and kind of connect the letter to like a question, like find a question from the letter. We are also losing daylight, so I don't know how much longer I will have to record this. We'll see. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I really kind of like small decks. I think they fit nicely in the hand, and this is going to be an easily travelable deck. This is definitely a deck that I will bring on trips with me because it does have everything that you could possibly need in a tarot or oracle or Lenormand or playing card deck. It's got everything, and it's so cute. Okay. We have 2 cards come out, so let's just ask for 1 more. Can 1 more card come out? Okay, 1 more came out. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna have to tell my best friend because we were on the phone earlier today and we were both pulling cards and the tower came out for both of us at the same time. So, of course, it's coming back to greet me. We have... Okay, well, let's look. There's so much to read from these cards already. Holy cow. Okay. So, just right off the bat, it's interesting. I like seeing we have a little bit of everything. We have 2 Lenormand cards. We have a directional card, and this is the one that we were just reading. We have a Major Arcana. This is a a court card, and we have 2 minors. So we have a lot going on. This is a little overwhelming a little bit just because there's so much to look at and read through and just pick up on. I am kind of looking at the ship and the key together. Maybe like the journey. Okay, let's read this as something that the deck wants to tell us. So this journey is going to kind of unlock this reading. The journey with this deck is going to be kind of the key to this reading. And it seems like this deck is definitely going to be one that takes a lot of thinking. There's so many different parts and there's so much that can be done with this deck. Like I already have ideas of reading through Nellie's letters and doing kind of bibliomancy with those like I do with some other guidebooks. And then the tower, it's just this deck and this journey is going to really shake up the way that I read cards. And I'm very excited about that. I think that that's a great thing. Okay, let's pull 1 card and see how it works with my beloved. I just realized I didn't read any of the tarot associations with the 2 minor cards that came out, just because I think that there was so much tarot for the other 2 that I don't know, I read more of the Lenormand part of that, which I think is fine. I think that also it's having so many different symbols on the card allows you to kind of pick and choose what your intuition is telling you to look at at that time. So each time you read with the card, you can get different meanings from them. So we'll pull one card from here and then see what we can do with the Herbcrafters in kind of conjunction with this. All right, what do we have? We have the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Hearts, and the Lenormand Stars. The back of the deck is the Page of Coins or the Page of Diamonds and the Seeds. Of course, I have my Herbcrafters nearby. This is the deck that I was playing with before. So let's actually read through the symbol and meanings and stuff for both of these cards, and then kind of I can get a question from that to ask the Herbcrafters. So we'll first do the Seven of Hearts because that is how it goes. So this deck goes, or the book goes in order of the way the deck was when it was in order before I shuffled it. So it goes all of the kind of minors first, and it starts from Ace to King, and then it goes to the Major Arcana, and then the back, here's instructional information. Oh, we will definitely be reading this in 1 minute because I didn't even look at that. So Nellie's note for the stars is, I have spent so much of my life looking to the stars, I cannot count the number of nights that I have sat on the gallery or sat in the window of the watchroom and looked to the stars floating over the ocean. From childhood to just before leaving home, my life is marked by the movement of the stars. It is the way in which we orient ourselves in the world that is ever shifting and ever changing, but patterned nonetheless. Meanings. For playing card, the sevens are interesting as you have a pip that interrupts the path of the six. You can use this to set up, or you can allow it to trip you up. In the realm of the heart, things can disrupt our happiness, or we simply see it as an opportunity to rise from it. Symbol. The stars card in Lenormand brightens the sky and give us a way to navigate the longer journey. We are moving in the right direction, and we are looking to that longer path of our lifetime or many lifetimes. Tarot. With the Suit of Cups, we have this new growth that can, in our emotional landscape, as well as deeper into our inner power bank, that we can find what gives us a foundation for, and from there is only growth upwards. So that would be 3. I really like these stars. That's what I was kind of pulling on anyways. I also kind of want to look at this just because Seeds is an oracle card, and it's one that we haven't gotten. We didn't get an oracle card from the last reading, so let's see. Nellie's notes. I've enjoyed the page energies in these cards because they are all full of hopefulness. When we put seeds into the ground, it is always filled with hope that we will end up with a harvest of food to eat or plants for healing. We understand it will take time, we understand it will take work, but we hope for the payoff in the end. The time to try new vegetables or see if this plant will grow in our area is here at the beginning. Meanings, playing card. Finishing up the pages, learning flexible energy in connection with the Suit of Diamonds, where our resources and abundance lies. We are just starting to put energy at play that will have the opportunity to grow in the future. This is the time to try new things before things grow. The seed symbol represents what we are planting in the ground to harvest at a later time. We aren't getting an immediate payoff for the work we are doing, and there will be work, jacks, but we are banking on the end result once things have grown. The Page of Coins is fresh and flexible energy that is putting out into the world, trying new things, but hoping that down the road the energy will grow into fullness of the Queen and King of Coins. Okay, so it seems like, there is guidance right now and a path forward for this long-term growth, because it did talk about lifetime things. So let's see. What seeds am I planting? What seeds am I planting right now? Or what seeds should I be planting? Where where am I being guided to plant seeds? I like that question. Where am I being guided to plant seeds in my life right now? And I will pull, I think, 5 cards. All right, 5 cards. I'm just gonna put both of these down here. Where am I being asked to plant seeds? Where am I being guided to plant seeds right now? Oh, of course, okay. And the back of the deck is the High Priestess, of course, of course. I'm so excited. Okay, let's see. Of course, the first card that comes out when we're talking about seeds is the Chariot, because look at all of the seeds in the Chariot card, of course. Beautiful. So excited about that. So I am being asked to, or I'm being guided to kind of quickly plant seeds for the future. It's all about physical growth and the kind of physical world. There's lots of little things that I'm doing, and I like that I have so many seeds that I can plant because there are lots of little different areas that I want to plant my seeds in. So it's nice to have this card showing so many seeds to plant. And they're all going to be in the physical world to kind of change up the way that my life is at the moment, or for the long term, because these 2 cards seemed like they're talking about a longer term lifetime type thing. So I'm planting lots of little seeds that hopefully will continue to grow throughout my entire life, that will begin this season of growth and harvesting in the very far future, or hopefully distant future, I don't know, that will really change the way that my life goes physically. And there are lots of changes actually that I have been thinking about and ruminating and talking over, and plans that we are making for life, me and my partner, that this feels very right. Then we have the Icha of Water and the Hierophant underneath. And having 3 major arcana cards and 2 earth cards, an ace earth card is very exciting when it comes to talking about seeds, and especially the page here too with the seeds. And we have the Icha of Water, which is the Page of Cups, with the 7 of Cups over here. Lots of beginning energy, lots of new things, and it's going to take, wow. It's going to take the High Priestess and my intuition and stuff to really make sure that this is going in the right direction. Also, the frickin' sun. So recently, and I mean very recently, like last week, I started working with a sun deity, and this is just confirmation for me. It's a little message, I think, that they hopefully will be in my life for the longevity of it also. In like, maybe they will be part of the journey of planting all of these seeds, especially with chamomile coming. Chamomile is a herb that I kind of mentally associated with them just because it's that bright, sunny energy. It's kind of like a honey type flavor too. So I feel really good about that. This reading was really interesting. I will actually journal about this because I feel like that was short, but that was a powerful reading also. I love these decks working together. Okay, really quickly, because we are very, very rapidly losing sunlight, let's look at the kind of appendix and stuff like that. So this is instructional information, and we'll just kind of take a look and see what that means. So this is about cartomancy, playing cards, tarot, symbol oracles, combination, and the appendix. So this is just talking about kind of what cartomancy is. Oh, okay. This is the history of cartomancy, it seems. Nellie's deck. So this is talking about kind of the inspiration for each of these parts and kind of what they mean, what you get from them. The playing cards are perfectly balanced, connected to the turning seasons, connected to the stop and go of movement, perfect for yes, but, and no, but questions. Tarot is beautifully balanced, numerologically focused, modern elemental tie-ins, path of selfhood combined with mundane, dives into layered understanding. Lenormand is significator cards open multifaceted readings, connection between how energies combine, simple to read, taps into the symbolical meaning. I don't know why I said it that weird. Oracle is, so this is also, so there's 52 playing cards, there's 78 tarot cards, and there's 78 total cards in here. 36 of the cards are Lenormand, and 56 of the cards are Oracle cards. And the Oracle cards are stepping behind the symbolical, thinking to the energy behind the symbols, slips deeper into well and finds a rhythm that exists in story. Very exciting. Okay. So this kind of just goes into, I think, a general overview of what these are. This is now about playing card divination and kind of incorporating that into Nellie's deck. This talks about the structure of them and kind of the colors too. This is really interesting. This is a book that I'm going to refer to constantly. And look, here's another thing. What is this? Color pattern examples. This is a sticker. It's the moon, the sun, and the sun. Is this a reading? Okay, let's look at this. It says color pattern examples. The key in this step is not to read the cards themselves, but simply look at the color pattern for understanding of the energy above. Yes or no. I'm going to leave this in here because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is. But, oh, of course it's two suns on this freaking sticker because that is just more of, my God, what the heck? He is coming through loud and clear. I am getting the messages and loving it. Okay. Yes or no examples. This is talking about the suits, suit combinations. There's a chart and kind of what they mean together. Numbers. This is going to be the playing card numbers, I believe. Here's readings. There's a 6-card reading in here. This is a spread. Then we have tarot divination. Tarot is something I'm so comfortable with. I use tarot on a regular basis. So of course, this is going to be perfect. I also love getting new takes on tarot because I don't want to have my tarot knowledge become stagnant. Like I want to always be learning different things and finding different meanings for tarot. You can see that in my kind of like wrestling with the fives video. Here are numerology as it coincides with tarot. You have the quartz, kind of what they're talking about. The major arcana, of course. Then there's a 9-card reading. This is a spread also. Symbol-based divination. I think that this is is this Lenormand or... It might just be a mix of everything, I think. The symbol imbalance. Here is another chart. Interesting. This is reading patterns. This is what I'm going to be very excited to look into. I'm going to read this book cover to cover, of course. We have another 9-card reading. This talks about the significator cards. I like that. This is the full tableau. So this is using the, it's using the Lenormand cards in addition to, well, it's using the Oracle cards in addition to the Lenormand cards to make instead of a grand tableau, it's going to be a full tableau, she says. And it's one card, you got the Lenormand here to 36, and then it also adds the Oracle cards. That's really interesting. That is a very cool thing. I might do that reading for myself, is like a birthday year ahead reading. Combination divination, this is talking about incorporating all of the symbology, I don't know why I keep saying that word, but everything that is in Nellie's deck, it's using it all. Here's the appendix. Kelly says, I'm using this section to add a few things that may be interesting, like a table of major and minor card links. I'm also adding these letters here so that even in the first edition run, if those loose letters are lost, you will still have access to them. If you have not read the letters in conjunction with the journal entries, I would recommend doing so first, as there will be spoilers to the overall stories if read out of order. So I will not be reading these letters right now, but these are the loose letters that Kelly has stuck in here, like this one. So this is just in case they get lost somehow. I might make a little folder in here that I can just put all of the loose things in and maybe write the page numbers that they were on. And then this is an ancestor acknowledgement, and I really like that. This is all of the kind of ancestors that helped Kelly to, I think, create this deck. And that's it. That's the end of it. Oh, I'm so excited about this deck. I'm so excited about the book. Everything about this is just so exciting for me. I cannot wait to really dive into it and also just use it in connection with tarot. This is going to be so much fun, and I am so excited. This is definitely going to be a very long video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you stayed for the end, thank you. I mean, this is incredible. And thank you, Kelly, for making this deck. Oh, I'm so excited to really dig in. And I just, having watched kind of the creation of this deck for so many years, it's so exciting to have it in my hands. And the book is something that I'm going to dive right into as soon as I finish filming this. I'm so excited. So maybe I will give you kind of another video about this once I've read the whole book, like cover to cover. I can talk more about the story, like Nellie's story and stuff like that. We will see about that. But that's all for now. This was a very long video. Thank you for sticking around if you did. If not, I totally understand. And thank you, Kelly, for creating this deck. I'm so excited. This is, I think, a dream come true for all of your viewers and people who bought the deck in addition to yourself. So very exciting. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.